Hey, welcome back to Speedplayz Chess, where we use technology to improve our play. So I thought I'd show a couple of Englund Gambit games that happened to me last week, and I don't see this very often, but in rapid and especially blitz games, it seems to come up a lot. I'm not a very experienced player, and by no means am I trying to teach anyone anything, but I did notice that the players that use this gambit at the lower levels are not expecting someone to know what to do with it. And there's two things that I've seen happen in my games is that there's the way that you probably should play naturally, and then there's the computer way to play. And so when I first started learning how to go up against this gambit, I learned from YouTubers and some really great masters who have videos online on how to win quick with the gambit and how to not get beat by the gambit, things like that. And what I did is I started to load them into my own Chessable course. I created my own course on the opening that I wanted to learn. And I've got the Englund Gambit in there. I've got 5 different variations that I'm trying to get good at. And what I also did is I analyzed these key positions on the board with a computer. And there seems to be a couple of ways to get to the same position, but one of them is a clue if you're an Englund Gambit player that someone's studied this position. And I thought for fun, I would show you a couple games that happened to me last week and how maybe they got confused because I didn't play the way that they thought and somebody with the white pieces should be responding. And so if you clicked on this video, you know the Englund Gambit goes something like this. And then we get to a position where you've got this double attack on the pawn. It's only defended once. Now, I guess the normal way to defend here is if you've never seen this before and you're wondering, what do I do with this? It's probably going to be something like this. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's probably the only move, right? But that's not the target. And I think that's where Black is hoping that they end up with a position similar to this, where they have this double attack. They're hoping White makes a big mistake, isn't sure what to do, does something like this, and then they get the bishop for free. Because again, in a rapid or a blitz game, if you've never seen this before, it's easy to miss that this is hanging. And so, but the computer doesn't suggest this move. The computer says, hey, this is not the move to be making here. And so I thought I'd share with you the move that the computer suggests and the move that I played in my games. And that's this bishop G5 move. It doesn't hang the bishop here. If you know this gambit, you know that this is where they want to go, right? These two games happen, one on Tuesday, the other one on Wednesday, and I didn't leave this bishop hanging out there, so I wonder, what were they thinking was going to happen next? That because they're not getting this fork that they thought they were going to get, but both players made the same move. And the other thing that happens where is the natural move from here is to move back, and they know they're going to get this, and this is the second opportunity for the Black pieces to create a major problem for the white pieces. So this is what they thought was going to happen. But what happens instead is we do this, and they're like, okay, I'm going to still do this. They don't have the double attack anymore. And instead of bringing the bishop back, which is kind of what they're expecting, the knight comes out. And so now what normally is going to happen here is they want this, and now we bring the bishop back. So this is kind of more the computer way of playing here, and it's going to be different move order than what they were expecting. So if you're playing this gambit and you see the bishop come out here first, that may be a clue that someone's playing differently than what conventional knowledge here should be, which is that. And if you continue down this road, and instead of bringing the bishop back immediately, white pieces brings out the knight, well, maybe something different's happening, right? And then and only then do we bring the bishop back. Now, I guess they just can't help themselves. I really just think that they just can't help themselves. They want to continue down this path of taking the trying to get the big fast win here, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because they know that they're in a position here. But once they bring the bishop here and the rook comes over, you can see that this is really not what they wanted. And I think the first clue to that should have been right here. That should have been an Englund Gambit's player. So let me know in the comments if you're an Englund Gambit player. How do you do with that? Because I don't play this. I don't like seeing d4 on move 1 when I'm the black pieces. But I don't play this gambit. And when this happens, what did do you think that somebody's got an idea of what to do here? What should I do? Because there's really no way out of this except for here, I guess, right? I mean, they usually want to take though. And when the bishop comes back and this bishop comes, you can see that the problem now is, what do you do here? And this player, just gave up their queen. They were probably confused. They thought they already should have won the game, but they realized that someone knew what to do, and they lost their queen. This person resigned after that. I don't know if they missed that or whether they were just moving fast and like, oh crap, I've never seen this before. And this player did something completely different. The rook comes over, and I don't, is this a play? I mean, not according to Stockfish, because this is lost, right? And so I didn't even get a chance to take the queen. They just resigned. And so anyway, I thought loading this in the move trainer exactly like the computer says might actually be a tell. I mean, I'm happy to go to bat if somebody reports me and show them that on Chessable I have 816,000 XP, so I've practiced against this a lot. So I kind of have done some reps against the Englund Gambit. So hopefully if someone were to ever report me for playing computer-like moves, that I have at least enough of a practice against it that, hey, okay, I've trained it and I execute it. But let me know what you guys think, and if you will look for this in your next D4 game where you play the Englund Gambit. Thanks again.